Guys, I'm back as promised. And I got 3 more games. I didn't do the San Francisco game because the line got taken down, and then I didn't want to do a bunch of work if they were going to cancel it, or I just wasn't sure what was going on. And it seemed like you guys were pretty solid on liking San Francisco minus the 3. So I'm going to let y'all roll with that. Okay, so who goes first? Loyola Chicago, Indiana State, the old Sycamores. Remember Larry Bird went there? Okay, so Loyola Chicago is minus 7.5. We got a total of 136.5 on this one. While I have your attention, give me a like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications and drop some comments in the comment box. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this game too. My morning picks, I gave out 5. I nailed the Gardner-Webb game. I got it over and Webb plus the points. And then I totally blew the Hampton game on the total and the side. So that's what we're doing. We're 2-2 right now. Okay, so Loyola Chicago, 7-2 on the season, 5-2 against the spread. They've played a lot of like D2s and little bitties, and it pushes their numbers way up, but I don't think it makes that huge of a difference when you take them out because they're just really good shooters. They really are. They're good 3-point shooters. They've got 4 seniors on their team also. That makes a big difference. And then Indiana State, 3-6 on the season, 2-6 against the spread. They are a younger team. They have problems in the second half, and they're always kind of playing from behind. You know, they're trying to get that hustle on. But they did okay against Missouri State in both games of their second half. So maybe that's improving within their school. But like I said, when you're playing from behind, usually you'll see better second half numbers in the first half because they're really hustling and trying to get there. So what we have for this one, minus 7.5, 136.5. I went back and forth on this, but I think that I've got to take this over. When I average out Indiana's total average, I'm getting like a 141, and total average with Loyola is like 138 to 143. Both of these numbers are under the 136. What's happening, Doug? So I'm going to go over. This little puppy right here is what I'm going to do. Right on over. As far as the side went, I want to take Indiana State. I'm a fan of Indiana State. I like the Sycamores. And you know, they've got their hustle, man. They 4, 5, 6, 7. They only lost to Drake in the second game by 7 points and only lost to Missouri State by 4. But Loyola Chicago kind of has this like out with a vengeance afternoon wood. I like it. We should call it afternoon delight, maybe, right? But they really do hustle, and I'm just going to lay off the side here because of how Indiana State plays in the second. I'm just going to lay off it. 74, 64. Yeah, so that's that. Boom. Loyola Chicago, take it over 136.5. Is afternoon wood a thing? Do you guys have is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know this. We don't know this. Okay, so wait, that's our last game. We'll do SJSU at Fresno. Now, y'all know Mountain West is like my best conference, but these are 2 teams that I don't follow a whole lot. I don't know them super well. So SJSU, 2-7 on the season, 1-6 against the spread. Fresno's 4-3, 2-3 against the spread. Now, both of these schools have played a ton of D2 schools. SJSU's got 1-2. Fresno has 1-2. So that, like I said, it's going to take, the book says that SJSU scores 69 a game. I have them more around the 67. Book says that Fresno scores 73 a game. I have them around 69. So that is a bit lower. The total was a little tricky to me. At Fresno, their home average for a total is about 145. And on the road for SJSU, it's about 148. And the number they're giving us is 149. So again, I'm liking this one to go under the total also. SJSU has played a real freaking tough schedule, though. They played back-to-backs with Utah State, and they played back-to-backs with Boise State, who are, I mean, outside of SDSU, the two best teams in this conference. Fresno did play Colorado State twice. They got beat by 22 in both games. They played Wyoming twice. They lost by 4 in the first one and then came back and won by 20 in the second. They beat SDSU by 15 last night or whenever the last time they played were. So I want to take 14 with SJSU. I keep calling them D, don't I? SJSU, San Jose State. But they lack defense. They have issues in the second half. But they do better in their game twos. They lost to Boise State by 52 in the first game. Then they only lost by 1 in the second. They lost to Utah State by 45 in the first game. Then they only lost by 33 in the second. But then I'm thinking, is it that they're playing better? Or is, if you remember what I was saying yesterday, sometimes good teams, like they beat your ass and then they just kind of like rest on their laurels and let you glide in the second game. So I kind of feel like that's more what's happening there. What's happening? So I'm going to take this under the 149 first and foremost. That's my stronger play here. The other thing with Fresno is they had a real good game. They've got this kid named Robinson. He had like 10 rebounds or something. He's a 7-foot sophomore from Las Vegas, actually. But besides him, this 7-footer, then they have a 6-footer or a 6'6"er. And then everyone else is 6'5" or below. So SJSU actually has a bigger team, 6'9", 6'8", 6'6", 6'6", 6'3". So they're actually a bigger team. In the last game, SJSU shot better field goals, shot better from the 3, had a better free throw percentage, but they were out rebounded in a major way. And I'm probably because you've got a 7-foot guy, snagging the ball out of the air. 47 rebounds for Fresno, 24 for San Jose. 11 assists for Fresno, 7 for San Jose. San Jose also got in a lot of foul trouble, 19. Fresno went to the line 25 times. SJSU only went 7. So I mean, it's like they played a better game. They just needed to get on their rebounds, right? I feel like I'm going to regret saying this, but I like the 14 points with SJSU. Don't put your house on that or anything, but I just do. I just do. But I do really like it under. So that's our play on that guy, under 149. Last one I did was Maryland at Illinois. I got to tell you guys, I'm an Illinois person, right? Like I'm an Illinois fan. I like them a lot. And Maryland, I liked Maryland, like back in the Steve Blake days, I liked Maryland, but they just don't really do it for me anymore. These guys have both played really tough schedules. I mean, this is how it's got to go when you're a big. Oh, thank you, Sam. This is how it goes when you're a big school, right? You got to play the bigs. So Illinois has played Baylor, Duke, Missouri, Rutgers, Minnesota, Indiana, and Purdue. Oh, you did bet SJC. Okay. I like it. That makes me feel better. Maryland's played Clemson, Purdue, Wisconsin, Indiana, Rutgers, and Michigan. So, I mean, their strength of schedule-wise, I would maybe give it to Illinois a little more just because they've got Baylor over there, and Duke, even though Duke's not very good this year. We'll get back. I don't want to overreact to Maryland beating Wisconsin on the road, though. By 14 points. That was pretty impressive, but I feel like it was one of those sock in the mouth games. And if they played a back-to-back, that Wisconsin would have like ruined them. So I can't say that I'm super into that. And I know that this morning on the feed, a lot of you were on Maryland plus 10. I kept seeing you guys Maryland plus 10, but my numbers are just not going to agree with you today. I like Illinois here. I also like this total to go under, but like barely. It's a squeaker. But I think my stronger play here is going to be on Illinois. When you do like game comparisons, which I don't love to do, but Maryland plays Purdue, they lose by 3. Illinois plays them, they win by 8. Maryland plays Indiana, lose by 8. Illinois plays them, they win by 9. So if you're doing that kind of eye test, Rutgers, Maryland loses by 14. Illinois loses by 3. So I don't know if you do that kind of eye test, which I know a lot of people do, then Illinois is your better team. The other thing with Illinois that I love is Cockburn, and I always say his name wrong, but I say Dosunmu. They're really good. Cockburn's a 7-footer. And the thing with Illinois, too, they play with 4 guards and a center. It's like rare to see centers anymore in basketball. You don't see them so much. It's usually a lot of guards and forwards. They're a quick team. They've got both teams have a pretty deep bench. But I've got an average for Maryland. Their total at 139. On the road, it's 128. And they played Clemson and Indiana on the road, and those are like huge defense schools. So I understand why the away is a 128 compared to a 139. Got that. And then Illinois, if you take out the Indiana game, they average about 144. With Indiana, it's 140. But again, there's that defense thing. But their total average all around is like 150. I have a big blue arrow on my paper, so I feel like I want to take this under. But it's like a prime-timey game, too. That's what the numbers say. The other thing here, this was my thing why I drew the big blue under arrow on my thing, is their last games. In Illinois' last games, it was like Northwestern 137, Purdue 124, Indiana 129. So they've been playing to the under more often. Something in me doesn't feel good about this. I don't know. Now I don't know. Okay, I like Illinois minus the 9.5, though. I'm going to say that. And I'm leaning towards an under. I can't promise you I'm going to bet that. See, like now I'm all fuddled about it. So I can't promise that I'm going to bet that. But all right, that is what the numbers have come out to say. Because remember I told you guys, if there's one team goes under the total, one team goes over the total. And here's the total. The stronger team is the way I lean as far as totals go. So Illinois would be the lean here. But still at home, it's 144. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. What can I say? I don't know. Yeah, I like the cover. Yeah, see, Doug says he does like Illinois to cover, and he likes it over. That's kind of where I'm at right now, too, is I know Maryland's going to come real hard. They just have 34. They just don't score that much on the road. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? Remember last week they were really good at Boise, but yes, I know I have that. But the thing is, Boise's like on this little thing where they're not Boise right now. I love me some Boise, but they're a little funky right now. I don't know what happened in that point. K Jade, I do not have any thoughts on the Warriors at Raptors. I don't really NBA until later in the season, but someone in here might. So if any of you drop it in the comments, have feelings about this Warriors Raptors game, you let me know. I've been unimpressed with the Warriors, I will say that. But the Raptors are doing their thing too. Maryland is a bigger school than Illinois, or bigger team than Illinois, though. Okay, I don't know. Now I'm rambling. I had someone in the comments earlier say that my videos take too long when I ramble. Well, guess what, guys? I'm a rambler. I'm a rambling woman, okay? Because this is the process. You got to think it out. You got to talk it out, right? Okay. I'm just staying under. It's what my numbers are telling. I don't know. Don't take the total. Don't take the total in Maryland, Illinois. So let's recap. I like Illinois for sure, minus the 9.5. I'm solid there. I like SJSU plus 14 points here, and I like it under a 149. And for Loyola Chicago, I like it to go over the 136. And I don't know about a side on this one. I would lean Loyola Chicago. I really would, but I really like Indiana State. So I know, Doug, I'm a thinker out louder, guys. Okay, I'm a thinker out louder. It's just what I do. Sam wants to know, what about Lafayette? I don't know about Lafayette. I don't know like anything about them. So I don't know what to tell you there, my love. Hold on, I'm looking real quick. Boop. Because I might know about who they're playing. Bucknell, Lafayette, minus 6.5. 0-3, 0-1 on the road. 1-0 at home too. I don't know. I'd have to do some work there. But I hope whatever you choose, it works out for you. All right, guys, that just about does it. Doug says Maryland's going to come hard and then fade. Nathan likes the Hoosiers. There are quite a few people that like the Hoosiers. I've been unimpressed with Nebraska this year. And the Hoosiers play a real solid defense. That's my thing with them. Yeah, so, you know, that's a great way to defense creates offense, right? That's how it goes. Luis Bello, thanks, Luis. He says that Lafayette is his play. So there you go, Sam. Lafayette's the play there. I think they're at minus 6.5. Okay, guys. Love you long time. See you tomorrow morning. Try to do this all over again. Hope second round's better than the first. All right. See you next time. I did recap, Sam. Watch the video again. To recap again, Loyola Chicago over 136.5. SJSU take 14 and go under 149. Maryland, Illinois. I like Illinois minus the 9.5. I think the total is going to push. How do you like that? All right. Thanks, Alfredo. Let's make some money today, guys. See what we can do. Ravens won. I got an 8-1 future on the Ravens to win the AFC. So I'm just trucking along there too. So that was a win today. All right. I'll see you next time tomorrow morning, probably around 9-ish. Okay. Unless we all win big on this second round, then